This is Scott the Fix-It Guy. Our goal with our videos is to empower you to be able to do the repairs on your own and save a whole lot of money and also get that great feeling of having fixed it by yourself. Today we have a 6-burner Viking stove, and the left side, front and back, will not light. When you turn on the gas switch, you hear gas flowing, but there's no click at all. And the middle burners and the ones on the right are doing great. So they click and they light really well. But the ones on the left, there's no click. This is almost always due to a worn out spark module, and it's really easy to replace. We just have it unplugged, and we're taking all of these pieces off the top. So we took off the grates, we took off the spill plates, took off this big spill plate on the left, took out the middle pieces, and they're pretty cool. They only go on one way, so you can't really get it wrong when you're putting them back. So don't be too worried about that. To get off these big plates, you want to lift up towards you first in the front and then pull off the back. And then here we have the left burner spark module box. This is the middle and right spark module box. And we want to mess with the one on the left because that's the one that seems to not be working. But you could use the same procedure for the middle and right by replacing the spark module on this box if those were having trouble. But they're doing great on this one. You do have to address the one on the left though. I'm just going to go ahead and take off these other ones too on the far right side. You really don't have to do this though if you're going to do just the left spark. So now we take a Phillips head screwdriver and remove this one Phillips head screw from the burner assembly. Here's just another angle. I'm using a little angle tool to get to that screw a little bit easier, but you could come in at an oblique angle, would work fine too. I'm removing the right screw from this spark module box. There's just 2 screws holding it on. This is the right one. Pull that out. And I'm going to lift up on this burner assembly to get it out of the way so I can get to the screw on the left side of the sheet of the spark module box. Just 2 screws holding it on. Just showing a different angle how you pull that out, putting it off to the side. And where all those wires are is where that little screw's hiding. So there's just another shot here of removing the screw on the right side, and then we'll do the one on the left side. And it's actually the only tool you need to do this whole job is just a Phillips head screwdriver. So here's where that screw is kind of hiding underneath the wires. Zip that one out, and then we can pull the sheet metal box that's holding the spark module or protecting it. We can pull it out of the way. Do want to make sure that the stove is unplugged. There's very little chance you get shocked, but it's just safer to do so. And now you'll be able to pull the wires, spade connectors off of the spark module. This is just another angle of taking out that one screw on the left hand side. Kind of seeing it more from above. There's the old spark module. You can see those wires a little bit better now. Here's the new spark module made by Robert Shaw. It costs about $60. We'll put a link in the description below so you can order it on Amazon. So I'm taking off the wires one by one off the old one and then putting them onto the new one. It's just a good way to do it to make sure you don't get the wires mixed up. So one comes off the old one and you can see where it goes on the new one. There are some wires also on the bottom of the spark module. We can't really see them with this camera angle. There's 2 green ones and 2 black ones. So we're going to remove those and put those on the new spark module also. You can see now where those terminals are. These are really easy to take off. You just grab them, wiggle them towards you, and the spade connectors will come off. And take your time as you put them onto the new spark module to make sure they're fully seated. They're making good electrical connection. So a lot of times with this model, at about 3 to 4 years of use, the spark module will no longer be able to create that high voltage spark, and the symptom will either be very weak spark being made or no spark. So when you go to turn the burner on, you hear the gas flowing, but you get no click at all, and that's telling you the spark module needs to be replaced. And again, there are two. There's one on the left here, and there's one further to the right. The one on the right controls the burners for the middle and for the right side. The one we're dealing with controls the two burners on the left, both front and back. So I'm putting the little green wire on, which is an earth connection or a ground connection. Get off the other one, and now I've got all the wires on, and I can take off two Phillips head screws that are holding the old spark module in position. One on the right, one on the left. And then I can remove it. You can get that burner assembly out of the way so I can get the screw on the right holding the spark module. There we go. There's the old one. I'll just kind of put the new one now into the proper position. I'll line up the holes on the spark module and the holes on the frame that the sheet metal screws go into. And I'll go ahead and zip those two screws on. They're a little bit smaller than the ones that go on the sheet metal box. And get those tight, and then I'll go ahead and put the protective box back on. There's just another view of putting those wires onto the new spark module. Just using two cameras to give you a couple different views. Sometimes when you're working with these stoves, you will get a click, but you won't get an ignition, and that could be due to just the burner head or the igniter being dirty. And if you have a wire brush, kind of a soft wire brush, you can clean the metal parts of the burner head where it connects to the burner, and also you can clean the area around the igniter. These are those two screws coming off of the old spark module on the left and right side. This is putting the new one in position. So I wanted to make sure that the one on the left, I put the screw through the two green ground wires and then tighten it up. And that's so that those ground wires are grounded to the frame. So I have to make sure that I get that screw to go through those two eyelets on those ground wires as I put the protective box back into position. Okay, we got that done. Now we're going to put the burner assembly back where it should be, and this is a little tricky. We have to fit these metal tabs into the slots here on the front of the frame, and those round burner tubes we call venturis, we got to make sure that they go back on right here and right here, right on the right, one on the left, and then we can put in that screw there at the back. That's going to hold it all in position. And we can now test it. We can plug it in and give it a test, make sure the burners are working, and we can put these plates back in. So there's a tab there on the back that goes in first, and then you set it down towards you on the front. It'll kind of click into place, these drip pans. We do the middle one. These stoves are really easy to work on. They are well designed. They're kind of a commercial design. They're tough, and they come apart really easily. Really thick metal. Make sure these burner caps are nice and straight. There's another angle of how those drip pans go on. These little pins on the front of the drip pan, they go into these holes here near you, near the front of the stove, one on the left, one on the right, to lock it in. So we first put in the tab in the back, and then the two pins in the front settle down and lock in. The burner head's in position. Sometimes when these won't light, the burner head is just skewed. It's just off to the side a little bit. Just make sure that it sits down nice and firmly right in the middle. So that one's working good now. And the front one, same thing. So really good. That fixed it. Just needed the new spark module. So we're going to put these drip pans back in. When you clean these, make sure you don't spray water or get a lot of water near the igniter or near the burner head, because it can cause the igniter to constantly be clicking because it creates a ground problem. So we put these grates back on. They have little pins on them on the bottom here. You can see that pin goes into that hole on the drip pan. Only goes in one way, so if it doesn't look right, try flipping it around the other way. So to clean these, you can just use a moist towel or a moist cloth and clean away any dirt or grease, but you don't want to get things too wet. There's that pin. It's going to go down into the hole. There we go. You'll line up the pin with the hole. We got it. Looks great. Give it a little test. That one lit up good. That one's lighting good. Nice flame. I'm trying to get a blue looking flame, not too much yellow. Little yellow tinges are okay, but not too much. That would indicate incomplete combustion. Back one lights up, looks good. These are the ones that were messed up before. The front right, front left. Now front left looks good, and back left looks good. Cool. So all working, back to normal. Just needed a new spark module. So thanks so much for watching, and hope this helps you. Thanks so much for watching our video, and please subscribe to our channel when you get a chance and give us a thumbs up. If you can subscribe, we can send you more videos on how to repair your home appliances. Thanks again for watching.